Hey, good morning, guys. This is kind of really an unannounced live, so just hang on to me for hang on a couple minutes. First of all, I'm going to adjust the height of the camera video on the phone, and then I got to do a couple little things over here in YouTube, or we should say FTube. I want to make sure I got volume first of all. Let's go on my YouTube channel and do this. Go live. Sound check. Sound. Okay, we got sound. That's good. Let's. So I'm gonna just share this over my Facebook group. Put it to edit title. I'm gonna slide this out of the way for a second. Hang on a minute, guys. Just bear with me for a couple of minutes if you're coming in late here. Okay, live. Take out that period. Live. Okay. Copy the title. Save that. Go back to here. Go back to there. Go back to live. Go back to live. Turn down a volume. Now I can share it over to Facebook. What a pain in the behind this is. I'll share it over to my group. It's Keto Cafe. Okay, I think we were there, guys. I think we are there. Maybe comment on your post. I don't see what Mary wants. Okay, I think we are there. Good morning. Let me just type in good morning to everybody on there. See if my friend Donna is around there. She might want to come in and say hi here. There we go. Here we go. She is here today. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Okay, hi. Well, good morning, everybody. It's me, Ron. Yeah, so first we get started, and we gotta have a sip of my coffee. I need a little chair, but that's not going to happen with the cat right now. So I had to put my favorite cup of coffee this morning at 9 o'clock in the morning. Nothing beats coffee, and coffee and friends always make the best of blends. Well, good morning, guys, and welcome to the chat. And my name is Ron, and if you're new, welcome. If you're a returning member, welcome back. If you're a new member, could you please share, like, and smash that subscribe button? It definitely helps the channel. And as always, before we get started, I'm not a medical doctor. Don't make any medical claims. This is all based on my own personal journey, so please do your homework first before you get started. So I wanted to talk to you about my week and how it's been going and stuff like that, even though I did a week 181 update the other day. So yesterday we had our first visit with the physical therapist. Her name is Jennifer. I got kind of confused with Jessica because I had two girls this past week came over. One was Jennifer and one was Jessica, so I got her mixed up with that with the opposite name. But her name is Jennifer. She's really nice, and she evaluated my situation for about an hour in rehab yesterday, and I'm going to continue going to see her. She took a lot of notation from me and stuff like that on the history of my the history of my health and everything like that. She looked at my right leg. She looked at my left leg. She noticed that one leg is about half an inch lower than the left. Like what I mean by that is it's shorter than the next leg. So it's just funny how she picked up on that because about a year or two ago when I went to the chiropractor, he noticed the same thing. And then he had me up on that machine and he noticed it was off by a few centimeters. So we're going to correct that at some point. and then she was evaluating what was going on with my injury, and then she asked me about any previous surgeries that I had, and I told her that I had two hernias on my left side, and one was last year, and the other one was about 5 or 6 years ago. It was a double hernia, the first one, and the other one wasn't quite as bad, but I could feel it in my area, and it was bothering me when I was going to the bathroom and stuff. So I had Dr. Sheldon take care of that, and she said, "Ron, I'm pretty sure that the injury was caused by the hernia that you have there, and you got what's called a partly you got a hamstring, and you got an upper thigh injury. So I got kind of a couple of different issues going on there, and." So I go back and see her again on Thursday morning, and then next week, the Reliant already called me up on yesterday. They said, "Ron, I want to remind you, you got an appointment with us for next the 13th. Come down there at 8:30. I need to get an X-ray, and that's just for the hip." And then they go upstairs and they see Dr. Burrows, and then when she did all this notation and stuff like that, she said, "I'm going to leave a notation with highlights and let him check on that, because he's going to probably want you to go back downstairs and do an MRI, not an MRI, yeah, an MRI or an ultrasound, however they could check on that, because there's something seriously bad going on there." Because I was explaining to her yesterday that when I'm walking, I'll give you a for instance. Happened twice Saturday. I went down to Market Basket with Donna to do grocery shopping, and I had to go get some soda, and I was walking around just to get a 12-pack of soda, because our budget is limited this week on an odd week before I get my next check. And I went to go pick it up, and I felt my leg at the bottom and be getting ready to collapse, and it was all tightening up on the inside of my thigh area from the backside. And then all of a sudden I lost the use of my leg, my toe, my bottom of my feet get really numb, and then all of a sudden my hands get very, very shaky, and it's scaring the hell out of me. And then in order for me to bring it back, I have to kind of like just easy, very, very slow, bring it down to the ground and just sit there for a couple of minutes, or stand there for a couple of minutes until my leg comes back. And it's, this is bad. And, I don't know what the hell's to say, what to do. And she said, "Well, we're going to try to figure it out, and we're going to get it back on track." She said, "You had a setback, and it had nothing to do with what you were doing for the exercises or anything else. It just has to do with what went on with my hernia that I had last year." Because she said, "You got a, I'm assuming you got a mesh screen." And I go, "Yeah, you put a couple of meshes over both injuries that I had." So she said, I want you to just take it slow. Remember, baby steps. I don't want you pulling your leg in, and I don't want you bending over and reaching down for anything. So I'm very, very limited now to what I can do more than ever before, and I got to really listen to her, because if I don't listen to her, it's not going to get better. And so I'm not going to be able to go to Bingham for a while. I'm not going to be able to go walking outside for a while, but I am going to do some little bit of walking today. I'm just going to go out to walking, because I'll just take baby steps, like she said. And she said, "Oh yeah, when you come see me again, I want you to bring the walker with you, and start using your standalone walker, because it's more safety for you. It's a safety for you, because it's not going to pull away from you. And instead of using the cane, I want you to use the walker." So I said, "Yeah, because I can't put any pressure on my leg. I mean, I can walk fine, but if I try to walk and put pressure on it," she goes, "I see you've been favoring your left side." I said, "Yeah, that's because the injury is all in the upper thigh area, going into the spinal cord area. And I think what's going on is I'm hitting a spinal cord nerve, and it's all whacked out of position. So please pray for me, because I can really use the prayers. Not asking for cards, but if you want to send some cards, I don't need any money. Really, trust me on that. We're good on that. We make enough money to get by. It's just budgeting the money properly. That's all it is." And so, again, I can't thank you guys enough, because you give me thoughts and prayers all the time. It does mean really a lot to me. So how do we do on our AFAS? Well, I'm glad you asked me that. Nothing beats a coffee in the morning. I'm telling you guys, I went to bed early last night, about 8 o'clock last night. I couldn't deal with it anymore. I stayed up for about a half an hour, and I tried to watch Anne Marie's video yesterday afternoon, and I had to lie down. I can only lie down and stand up. I'm just lie down and sit up for that, short lengths of time. Lying down, I'm not too bad. What's going on is when I lay down, I put my heating pad on below my hip area, well, the thigh area, put some heat on it, and it's been reducing the swelling that's down, and it's been really, really helping me. And then when it gets too hot, I shut it off. And last night I went to bed early. Last night I couldn't deal with it much more than 8 o'clock, and I killed it early last night. I started watching some of my programs, and I said I can't deal with this. And then I woke up around 1:30 and went to the bathroom, and I got up this morning around 6 o'clock. I felt pretty good when I got up. Now I tried to have I did have 2 eggs with a little bit of Spam this morning. The Spam I bought sucked, yeah, so I threw it out. It was a light Spam. I won't buy that no more. And maybe it was just the eggs, because they tried doing a couple of eggs this morning and they couldn't hack it. So, anyways, I'll give you the egg results. Yeah, so it's pretty good. I started the egg fast actually last Friday, and so last Friday I was 254.2 pounds, and all week long I was showing really improvement on the egg fast. It's amazing really how it works. So this morning when I weighed in this morning, I was 246.7 pounds. So I lost pretty well. Let's actually do the correct math and bring out the calculator in front of me on the computer here. Let's see, bring that down. Slide that. I'm using my mobile camera this morning. Oh yeah, this is terrible. So we're gonna go 252.2. No, I was on the 1st of June. When I started it, I was 257, and I was 254. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. 254.2. 254.2 minus 2. No, minus 7, boy. That's not good. 253 point. Come on, really, guys? 253.3. 254.2 minus 246.7. 246.7 equals. So I lost the big exact 7.5 pounds or 8 pounds, if you want to call it 8 pounds, because the day before I actually started it, I was 257. So I feel pretty good. I got a lot of energy in me, but I can't expand it by going walking or anything. So I don't know what to do for exercise. So I just been careful, and I can't thank you guys and gals enough for coming along on my journey and supporting me and supporting the channel and coming in on these. This is a kind of like an unannounced pop-up live they do one every now and then. Hey, good morning, LB. How you doing this morning? I'm not doing that good today. I went down to my physical therapy exercise yesterday, and I made contact with the physical. Her name is Jennifer. And we spent an hour together, and my wife was there, and she was evaluating the situation. And she said, "Ron, I'm pretty sure the injury that you have is a upper thigh injury with the." Okay, so she was asking me all kinds of questions and stuff like that to evaluate me over the years. And I had like a double hernia surgery. Over the last 5 years, I had one last year, and I had one maybe about 4 years ago, double hernia surgery. And then I had another one last year sometime. And she was asking me about it, and she suspects that that's what caused my injury. And of course, I told her I was being really cocky that first Saturday when I went out walking with Dawn and we did this grocery shopping. And when I lifted my leg over the getting into the car, it just threw everything out of whack. And so now I got like a upper hamstring on the back of my thigh area, and I got another injury going on there because when I'm walking, sometimes my leg will just all of a sudden feel like it's going to collapse, and I start getting my left foot starts getting really numb, and I start getting the really, really shakes, and it feels like I'm going to pass out. My blood pressure, I can feel it popping in my head. Then I got to stop dead in my tracks until I get the mobility of my leg back, and it's scaring the hell out of me. So she knows I got some stuff going on there. So what we're going to do to listen to what she's told me, she said, I can't lift my leg in this way, like if I was bringing it in towards me, and she doesn't want me to lean over to grab something on the floor or something like that to my left. And I'm very limited on exercise and what I can do right now until they can figure it out. So I go back and see her again on Thursday, and she's going to do more evaluation with me, and then I got a call back yesterday from Health Reliant. So I wanted to remind you about your 4 appointments you have with us on the 13th. I go, yeah, I know. So I told him I got to get down there by 8:30 in the morning. I got to do an X-ray, and then I got to go upstairs to talk to Dr. Burrows, and then I have a follow up with the physical therapy, and then after that I got to do a survey for them. And yeah, it's almost kind of like 4 appointments in one day. It's going to be a lot on me. I'm not going to get home till about noon time. And then I'm just hoping for answers, because he's going to have to do an ultrasound or something like that to see how bad it is in there, because it's affecting my nervous system, my neurological nerve system coming in from my lower back area, and I can feel it shooting up and down my leg area. So I elected to do an egg fast. I elected to do an egg fast this past week, and I ended up losing 8 pounds. And I feel really good, but I got so sick of eggs this morning because that's my last 2 eggs I'm going to have. So today, Donna and I are going to make some country style spare ribs. I bought a packet. I'm trying to use up some of my old meat before I resupply my meat in my freezer this month. And I'm going to make some country style spare ribs. And so what we're going to do is I'm going to take those, I'm going to salt and pepper it really well on both sides. Pop it into the Instant Pot for about an hour under high pressure with a little bit of water in, probably about a cup of water, cold tap water. And then what I do at that point is I naturally release the pressure cooker, and then I'll lay it out on a flat sheeting pan and with aluminum foil, and then I'll put some low carb barbecue sauce on top of the spare ribs, and then I'll pop those babies in the oven for about maybe 40 minutes, and then until it gets a nice golden brown crust on it, or a dark crust on it. And yeah, that's how I typically make my spare ribs, and that's it. And then last night I had a regular macaroni, not macaroni cheese, but I had a regular. I asked Donna if she was hungry last night, and she said, "Well, how about better fix us a beach, micro cheese sandwich?" So I had it in my macros to have that last night, and I made that on the copper frying pan, and it came out really really good. And then I did the same thing the other day when I did my lobster. Langostino, I guess they call it, and it was really a simple recipe. So I told Donna, I said, "Look, why don't we buy that again, and we'll get a good sized bag of it at Walmart's, and then we'll pick up a couple of those small cans of those baby clams here, And I'm thinking about putting it all together in a nice clam chowder with that lobster taste, and it'll be really really good. And then for instead of using regular potatoes, I'll use buy the pink rutabaga, and I'll use that, cut it all up, and put that in for a potato replacement. And I'll put the heavy cream in, and it should come out really good. Now today, in addition to that, later on today, I'm going to make some pancakes with some gluten-free flour that I have, and just try that, because I just want to. I'm just doing some different experiments with different recipes and stuff like that. I was on maintenance for most of the last year, almost the entire year last year, and I didn't do too well being on maintenance. So I really got to be vigilant on what I eat now, and be careful. And it just stinks, for people that are overweight, who want to lose weight, and that sort of thing, because life's a journey. I get it. And of course I was cracking her up yesterday when I was in there talking to her yesterday. I said, so does that mean I can't do any skydiving or do any bungee jumping or any pogo sticking or anything like that? So I gotta laugh at anyways. And they told you, I said, yeah. I said, I was going to go skydiving last year, but I put it on the back burner for now. I said, well, maybe when I'm 80 I might go, or 70 would be a good milestone to go. I always wanted to go skydiving because I'm at the appropriate weight now. And the reason why I wanted to lose a lot of the weight, because I wanted to get healthy and stuff like that. And I am. I've been just a thigh injury, and I feel really fantastic. I mean, again, I've stated in many of my videos, I was in a 6X shirt, and I'm down to an extra large, and in some cases I could fit into a large. And I was into a medium at one point there before my whole weight went all kabooey there, But, again, life is about the journey, and you just got to learn to overcome your fears and your emotions, and just learn to just deal with it the best you can. What really, we're on a limited income because we're on Social Security retirement, and rent just went up $40, and it's going to go up again when they reevaluate the situation after I file my 2023 taxes this year, and it sucks, and I'm going to have to go back to work, no bones about it, until they get rid of this jackass that's in there now, and I don't care who goes in office, but it can't be worse than what the hell it is now, but they need to do something to help the seniors, because and the people that is struggling, we're all struggling, and sending billions and billions of dollars out there to the overseas to fund their war effort, and what the hell, you can't take that money and put it back into our own economy. It's baloney, and so I mean, I don't know. I just, I've often said before, I'm more afraid right now of living than I am of dying, because, it's really, really hard to get by these days, And the other thing, Donna and I, we got a huge bill now with our car payment right now. It's, and with the, because we're leasing the car. And I'll never lease another car again. Then when that's lease is all done, I'm just going to give it up and let them take it and just go and buy another car and be done with it. And so speaking of being done with it, anybody want a cat? And just, oh my God, he's a terror, he's fine, okay, but sometimes, but he's got an attitude, and he ripped a big hole in my shower curtain in the inside of the liner, and my wife's pissed, and he's a lot for people our age to take care of a cat, and he's more or less still a kitten, even though he's kind of really huge now, but he's very, very playfully at times, but he needs a lot of attention, something that my wife and I can't give him 24/7, and so, we're really considering giving him up for adoption there, because he's expensive and it's an extra added mouth to feed. And, I hate to do that to the little fella because I do love him, but, and we've almost to that point where we're both agreeing up with this, because it's going to have to be a mutual agreement with us, because I don't want to be the bad guy and give him up and then she gets mad at me 3 months later. Geez, I wish I had the cat back, because I don't know. Just let me know in your opinion, and Michelle Moore, if you have an animal that you loved and you had to give them up for adoption, and I know it's going to be hard on us, but I don't know. I kind of want my freedom back too, where I don't have to come home and worry about him all the time and stuff like that, or find him hung up on something and he loses a paw or something like that. I felt bad for the little fella the other day, because I opened up my back door to go out to the kitchen, and he's over there hanging at my door, right? He wanted to get in my room, and I wouldn't let him. And I went to go grab my cane, and the cane slipped and it fell on top of his head. And I goes, "I'm so sorry, baby." I went over there and I patted him, and like that. And he was all right. He didn't, as long as he didn't get hurt or didn't whack him in the eye or anything like that. And like this morning when I got up, he was fine this morning there. And then I was patting him this morning. He was following me around like a little puppy dog because he was happy to see me. And when I was patting him, he was purring like crazy. But then he turns around and bites you for no reason, So I mean, we got a tuxedo cat, and my friend Anne Marie, she can relate to that, because he also latches on to us time to time. We'll go out when I do go out to bingo, or my wife comes home, she'll take her by a leg, and he'll latch onto her like that, and he won't let go, and he hurts right now because he's got fish hooks, and they haven't been able to bring him to the vet to have his nails clipped off. So, this week when I get my check, I'm going to bring him over there Friday and have Donna will have to bring him in, because I can't do any walking. Now when I go outside now, I'm going to have to be using my walker all the time until the muscle in my thigh area gets better, so I can put some more pressure on it time to time. It's like, so I don't have any confidence right now in walking, and it's pissing me off right now, because all week long we got 40s and 50 degree weather coming up, and I got to be in the house here, healing my injury. So I just wanted to come on and just, explain to everybody to what's going on with me and everything. And I can't thank you guys and gals enough for coming along my journey. It does mean a lot to me. Picked up about 10 new subscribers yesterday, so thank you so much for coming along with my journey. And I'm about 1,400 hours away from my watch time hours of getting the channel monetized, which is good. So, I suspect before the end of the year at some point, maybe late October or November, we'll be monetized. And that means, probably get 50 cents on the dollar on my videos, but, we people get a lot of money when you do put a little dollar sign underneath when you're doing these live chats. People will donate, $2 or whatever you can afford. And I've seen people get as much as a couple $100. And, I would never ask people for money, you know, and stuff like that. You know, people give if they want to give, and you know, from their heart and stuff like that. And I've given as much as $20 before the different YouTubers because I really like their content and their channel and what they put out and stuff like that. And I don't have a problem with it. And what's great about the YouTube channel, I do have a paid version now because I got sick of all the commercial ads. And I think YouTube, I watch that about 90% of my time because it's great videos, and I like watching the older video shows, and I can find stuff that I've been watching. And there's a lot of people that put out a lot of great how-to videos, and there are many recipes. Now, I was watching Lindsay and Dingonelli, I guess. I can't pronounce her first name, so if I botched it up, I'm sorry. She got something from Wisconsin Cheese the other day. It was a free sampler that they sent her, and she did a product review on it. And I went on the website, but they're expensive because holy crowley, just for about 4 or 5 blocks of cheese, it was about $80, you know. But it was kind of a different cheese because one it had cheese in the middle and it had bacon and it had different flavors of the cheeses. And she did 2 examples. She did one in a frying pan and one in the oven, and the cheese didn't melt all over the place like a normal cheese does. It stayed right intact. And she flipped it over on the other side when it was ready to flip after because the directions were there on the cheese, and it was just like a grilled cheese sandwich without the bread. So and it was really crunchy the way she did it in both different methods, and her daughter even liked it. So I'm definitely going to get sent out for some. I'm actually going to give them a call later to find out if I can get a sample, or maybe they can send me a sample and they can do a taste test. And if I do, I'll do one, do a live if I can. But yeah, I'm not going to be doing any volunteering for a while, and I missed that too. And so Friday, if I feel up to it, I'll do. Maybe I'll come on live around 5 o'clock and do a live video and do a cooking video in the kitchen to figure out what I want to make for a recipe. And maybe I'll do a chicken crust pizza or something like that. I got all the ingredients for that. It's pretty much simple. You just take a can of chicken breast and get a 12-ounce can of Market Basket brand, any brand, and I drain out the water and I spread it out on parchment paper, and then I bake it in the oven. Well, I'm just not baking it, but I'm just I put it in the oven at 350 for about 20 minutes, yeah, just to dry it up a little bit after I break up the chunky stuff, and then I put it in a bowl and with some stuff like an egg and some spices and stuff, and then I flatten it out to a nice crust pizza and bake, and then I put a topping on it, stuff like that, and put it in the oven with some cheese and everything like that. It comes out pretty good, and the calories on that and the carbs are like under 2 or 3 carbs. So you can pretty much eat the whole chicken crust pizza and not feel guilty about it. And even my wife likes that when I make it that way. Yeah, and then this past month there, because I was pinched for money, and budget was running low on food, and we ended up going to Domino's one day, and we got to buy one, get one free, I guess it was. Wait a minute, no, it was a $6.99 deal that they had, so we got 2 pizzas at $6.90. So it's like under $20 for 2 pizzas, and they gave me a free emergency pizza for the month because they're running a deal on it through the mobile app. So I told Donna, well, maybe this week or next, and I get to the 25th to use it. So, so before the end of the month there, we'll take one day on a Saturday maybe, and I'll just click on the link and say, yeah, emergency pizza, and then go down and have Donna go in and pick it up. Because I'm very limited to what I can do and how I do things. I go walking throughout our city and I grab photographs throughout the city and different trails that we have and everything, and that's all that stuff right now is off limits to me. So I'm just being best I can to keep my spirits up, and every morning when I get up, I thank God that I got to see another day, and I spend an hour in prayer time in the morning, and very thankful that I got to see another day. And today's and I write down every day. I write down what am I thankful for today. What did I put down for today? Today I'm thankful for the food I eat. That's what I was thankful for. And then the other day I was thankful for again another day of a wonderful life that we have here. And even though things are tough on everybody right now, just be grateful that you can bitch about things, because there's a lot of people that can't get around and can't walk, and just a small setback, like she says. She said, just give it time to heal and listen to what she says. And this is going to be very important to me to listen to what she says. And I have a hard time sometimes to listening to people. So this is where I am right now, my hip area, my leg. My hip is fine. It's just that. And once we get that under control, I'll be able to really get out there and go flying and go walking and do anything I want to do. But it be that as I said, thank you for coming along. I'm going to get going, finish up my cup of coffee, and probably around 11 o'clock I get dinner going, and have an amazing day. Thanks for watching.